Everybody, it's Josh with Talk About Trek, and today we're going to show off a few of our lower decks toys. There's not a whole bunch of them to acquire out there, but there are a few very, very nice ones. So if you've been following along on the channel, you know we already had the Boimler EXO 6 toy. And this is just one of his poses. He has another one where he has his tricorder, another one I think where he's got his pad. And he has a face where, of course, he is much less terrified. But for the current mode, we have the terrified Boimler here. But just yesterday, we made it up to Federation headquarters, and we picked up this bad boy right y'all. Look at this. The Mariner is easily as good as the Boimler. Even though it does come with less accessories, there's no additional head for Mariner. You've just got one very angry-faced Mariner there. But you can change her from wielding her batleth to wielding her phaser, which is very cool. So, let's get you guys a look. The two side by side here. And again, I think this is the perfect way to have the two of them, right? It's like right from the very first episode, you can imagine her getting that batleth right into his leg. Right? So anyway, we picked those. Oh, we picked her up. And then we had, of course, this Saturday was the meeting of the USS Uhura, which is basically our chapter of the United Federation of Trekkers. That's like the Sandusky area chapter of that. And if you don't know, the United Federation of Trekkers is a charity group. It's all over the world, and you can join if you like and find your local chapter, right? And basically, we just try to find things that we can do in our own community to do good. That's kind of basically the whole point. It was a very exciting meeting. There was well, first off, the meeting is held in Federation headquarters, which is fantastic. But a lot of people showed up. We had a very good turnout, I would say. And there was a report from the previous kind of fundraising drive, which was at a local con in our area. And the group managed to raise, I think, nearly $1,000, like $977, for our local Humane Society. So, I mean, that's awesome. So they went out there and they did that, just because that's, their goal is to go out and do good. And I say they because I'm part of the group, but I had nothing to do with any of that. So I would like to get out there and do more and be more involved, but, we'll get there eventually, hopefully. Time is always a factor. So, but I thought that was great that they were able to get out and do that. And again, we had a wonderful meeting, lots of people there. Just always nice to sit down with a whole bunch of Star Trek fans. And of course, afterwards, we watched the first episode of the Strange New World Season 3. We also had this incredible potluck, and the spread was top-notch. All sorts of wonderful food. I picked something from the old Star Trek cookbook, like we were talking about, and made the hasperat, and came home with an empty dish. So it was a hit, right? Everybody had a good time. Actually, here, let me see if I can get some pictures up here. We can find some pictures here. Look at this. Hang on. Hold on. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. So I brought my sons up here with me. So here we are, getting ready to watch. Of course, you can see kind of behind us, this is the bridge of the Federation headquarters there. Having a fun time here, as we always do. And then here we are getting ready to watch their... that's Clueless. We're not going to watch Clueless. Boom, there we go. Strange New Worlds. So they've got this cool big screen set up here. So had a blast watching that, having lots of great food. And just, it's fun being around a lot of Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek kindred, I should say. And of course, that's where we picked up our Mariner. And to continue the story, why I even started this, when one of the fellow members saw that I was buying this Mariner, she was like, make sure you go across the hall to the Hallmark store and you pick up the new Lower Decks ornaments that are coming out. And I'm like, I had no idea. So we did pick them up, and here we go. You've got, all right, we got a better shot of these guys because they're pretty small and they're not going to show up too good on this camera, but they are fantastic. They look as good as the big EXO 6 ones do, of course, because they, they translate so well to a toy form, basically. So, very happy with those. Again, we got a better video here. We're going to find that. There we go. Pause. Full screen. Let's show you guys a close-up of the new Hallmark ones here. So, as you can see, very, very fuzzy. And no, it'll get better. Don't worry. But just very, very nice ornaments here. And, I had to get them, right? Any Lower Decks toy that comes out immediately has my attention, just because it was such a fantastic show, and I really wish they would have did more, more toys on this line. I think that there are some more still coming out. We talked about that before, but I don't know when they're going to hit. And look at the detail on that tricorder there. Very well done. So, again, just, pretty much all the Hallmark ornaments are good. None of them are really bad, but you can't collect them all because they're all terribly expensive. They have this one coming out, I think, a Borg cube that's like $125. But they like to stick it to everybody. So anyway, there's all four of them hanging out together. There's Q in the background, you can see. Let's go back to that shot here. We'll pause it. Oh, we're not fast enough. Boom. Okay. So anyway, there they are, all four of the Lower Decks toys. Again, just really cool, very well done toys, and looking forward to seeing what else they're going to bring out. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me and listening to my little story about my toys and going to my Star Trek meeting and watching Strange New Worlds. Talking about the Strange New Worlds show, that's another video in itself, and we're not going to do that right now. We might save that for Warp Tuesday. I think that's what's going to happen, actually. That would be pretty good. Warp Tuesday, Strange New Worlds talk. You in? You down? Let's do it. Alright, anyway. Thanks for hanging out and looking at my toys. Live long and prosper. See you guys in the next one. Have a good night.